Alright, so I really want to make this video. So I'm pretty excited. There's this new game I have been playing on Dragon Ball Super card game. I think it's really fun to play it. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, little Joe, how do I get to start playing Dragon Ball Super card game? This Dragon Ball Super card game. I don't even know where to start it. Well, the first thing to do is you can go buy a packet, or you can look online and find something. But if you're a Dragon Ball fan, it's pretty easy to get started. So basically, you just find a card that you really like. And the easiest way to do this is go to dbs-cardgame.com. I'll drop that link in the comment below, and you can go to this website, you can look at card lists, and you can figure out what exactly is card you want to play. So that's my #1 tip on deck building. So this is 101, deck building 10, and we're going to start off with this deck that I have built, and I'm going to kind of explain it, how I built this deck. So here we go. First thing is first, I find this card. It's really cool card. It's really powerful card. It's really shiny card. And I think to myself, oh, lo and behold, how can I play this card? He has such high energies. It's cost him 10 to play this card. But it says here, Union Potara is cost 5, and then you can evolve him into this card. So my goal is to figure out how to play this card. Now that I have my power card, we need to figure out who is best leader for this card. Now we know we're going to need to have Gokus and we're going to need to have Vegetas, and there are not that many Gokus and Vegetas that are red, so we're going to need to figure out some way that we can use other color Goku and Vegetas and have enough energy that we can play this card with right kind. So we did a little bit of research and we found the best leader, and that is this leader, is Vegeta leader. And this leader says each Son Goku and Vegeta in all of your areas gain red, blue, and green colors. So if I have this card and have 3 different color Vegetas, we can use the Vegetas and the Gokus to help play this card. So here's our lead card, and there's the card we want to learn how to play it. Now we got to build a couple of win conditions. This is our main #1 win condition. However, chance that we're going to be able to actually play this card is low because we're only allowed to have 1 in our deck. So it can't be our only win condition. It's really good for us to maybe build 1 or 2 another win conditions. So one win condition we decide to play is this card is Ultra Instinct Signed Son Goku. This is very powerful card, and basically what happens is when this card evolves, when something evolves into this card, return all your opponent's battle cards into owner's hand. So you basically just clear out the board, unless they have barrier or something like that, but this card will be really good for do that. So we want to use this card as one of our another win condition. So likelihood that we can play this card can be good if we set up our deck properly, but we are thinking maybe it's good to have at least one other card that is pretty strong, and even if we don't get play it, at least maybe we can use it for energy. So this is going to be our 3rd card that is kind of our #3 win condition card. This is Vegito, and we can use our evolving power again to do some Potara Union fusion kind of thing, where you put little beads on your ears, and Goku and Vegetas are turning to this guy. So there are our 3 main win conditions. The likelihood that we're going to be able to get this card and this card is a lot higher than this card, but it would be really cool to play this card, and in order to do that, we need this as our lead. Now we can start building downward. So everything that comes from here is going to be weaker, and it's going to be kind of less card. Now, it's really important to understand how your win conditions work. So it's very important that if we're going to use this card, we need to know that if we want to play this card more quickly than waiting till 7th round, we can take 2 blue energy, and then we can place 1 card from our hand into drop area. But that card has to be Son Goku with 5 energy or more, and then this card has to be evolved on some Son Goku that is 5 energy or more. So it's very important for us to have a couple of Son Goku that are 5 energy or more. So we went through our cards and we did a little research, and we found a couple of options. I figured it would be good to have maybe 6 options. So we're going to use 4 of one that would be really useful, and then we're going to mix 2 that's going to be a chance that we can do it. So here's 1 5 energy Goku, and then we have another, I guess it's called drop. So here's another 5 drop Goku. That is, and we're playing 4 of these in our deck. So there's 4 of our 5 drop Goku, and then here is 2 of another 5 drop Goku. Now this Goku is really good. If we can play him, that's great, but we won't be able to play him until 3rd round. And this Goku is pretty good, but this Goku is also real awesome. And this Goku, we can actually play him on the #4 energy round if we have 3 life or less. So we can kind of try to get ourselves to awakening, and then we can potentially play this card, awaken into this, or evolve into this card, and then we're kind of setting ourselves up for success. Now, Now that we have had this kind of side of our deck figured out, we want to figure out how more to play this side. So in order to get a Vegito, we're going to need some kind of Son Goku and some Vegeta. So we look around and we're thinking, oh, nightmare! Where is kind of low-cost Vegeta that we can find with low-cost Goku? And we found it. This is really good card. It's called Comrade Combined, and we have Comrade Combined Goku, and we have Comrade Combined Vegeta. And the cards work really well with each other, and they kind of play to get each other into play. So basically, if we have this card in our hand and we have all blue energy, then we can play this card for 2 instead of 3, which is really nice to play such a strong card for 2. And then if we're able to play this card, we're allowed to search some top card in our deck, and if we can find this card, then we can play it for free in rest mode, and that sets us up to do our kind of fusion later on in the game. So it's really important for us to have these 2 cards. If you're gonna have some kind of Potara fusion for Vegito, these are really good cards to have it together. Okay, so now we just kind of need to continue building our deck around that. And one of the first thing we think is, okay, maybe we can get some low-cost Goku, and if we can get this low-cost Goku, this one could potentially be really help. Now, this is 3-drop Goku, and what he does is he basically can bring 2 energy back when you play him. So it's almost more like he costs 1 energy than 3 energy, which is really nice. But if we already have some of these cards, then maybe we'll just end up using him as energy. And since he is a Goku, and because of our lead ability, he will gain all 3 colors, so he can use as any kind of energy. Now this is not a card, this is just kind of to fill out deck, and this is Goku, and he will just kind of help us pull another card from our deck and get somebody out on field. And then here we go, we're thinking, okay, so now we kind of need to kind of build the borders. Now we have kind of the meat and the potato of the inside of our deck. You know, here are our heavy boys for heavy hit. Now we need kind of the finished touch on outside. And you're thinking to yourself, Lil Joe, what are these crazy card things that I'm gonna need it for put into my deck? And that's really simply, it's not that hard question to answer. So kind of the first thing you're gonna want is a blocker. Now this blocker, he's a really good blocker. It's Yajirobe, and he also has Revenge, and he's kind of cheap to play it, so definitely we're gonna get this man as our blocker. Everybody loves the Yajirobe. He's a really good guy to have it. And then another card that is a really good card that lots of people are played is Senzu Bean. So if you can get your hands on 4 Senzu Bean, that's just great to have in your deck, because you can make someone more powerful and you can bring some energy back in 1 turn. So great to have Senzu Bean. So we're gonna have that as one of our other cards. Then we're gonna have to kind of figure out, okay, so we really want to have some super combo. Every deck should have some super combo. I think it's really helpful for have some super combo for late gameplay defense, or kind of if you need to boost up your attack and you're low on life. So we found this handy Giru. He is red energy, but thankful because of our lead, if we put any kind of Goku or Vegetas as energy, they're gonna be useful as energy for us to play this card, or we can just combo with him for 0, so it doesn't really matter. Now we just kind of want some couple other cards that are just going to help us get to the kind of point that we want to get to. So one of those cards is this Potara Kai Secret, and we have 4 of these in our deck. Basically what happens is if we have 1 Son Goku and one Vegetas in our hand, then we can basically place them in our DARP, and then we can grab 1 Vegito with a 6 energy or less from either our DARP or our hand, and we can play him. So this is a really good card to have for kind of just get some Vegito out of play, and that kind of would be our technique for get this Vegito out of play. So we could potentially drop some Vegeta and some Goku and get this Vegito out of play. Now, our last card is just a kind of useful card. This is Zeno Button, and this card doesn't cost anything to play, but what it allows us to do is that we can bring all of our energy back. So if we're stuck in a pinch, or we need to kind of get some extra power in some turn, we can use this Zeno Button, and we can bring all our energy back. So that's our deck. There are definitely downfalls to this deck. You know, there are not that many Vegetas. We have lots of Goku and we don't have that many Vegetas. So EX evolving into this Vegito can maybe be kind of difficult. But since we have enough cards, hopefully we can get to at least one of our win conditions. An important thing to remember is this is not like competitive deck. This is maybe not deck that you would take to tournament. I don't really know much about meta of this game. I just started playing it, and I'm just trying to make a video on how you maybe can have fun with playing this game. And I think if you're a Dragon Ball fan, it's really easy to get excited about this game because there are so many characters, there are so many cards. Pretty much every character has some cards somewhere, and then it's really easy to just kind of get excited about some card, find some leader that's going to work really well for your deck, kind of build out your deck by figuring out which characters you need to create your win condition, and then once you have nice sets of win condition, you put together. And most important part is you're going to need a friend. So put your deck together, find a friend, have some practice, play with your friend, put your deck all in your deck, put your deck all together, and then and then you can. And a really good resource is the website for this card game. You can find huge inventory of all the cards. You can search for a specific card. There are lots of really great filters. It's really good kind of resource to figure out exactly how it is that you're gonna build your deck. And I know exactly what you're thinking to yourself. I know exactly the word that you're thinking to yourself, and it's probably nightmare! Oh, Lil Joe, how can I get the cards that I needed to play this game? Well, lucky for you, lo and behold, it's really actually easy to get these cards, and they're really not very expensive. And you can find all the codes for the cards in this little corner, on bottom corner of the card. So what you can do is you can find some card store around in your area, and when you find some cards in your area, you can just bring list of the cards you needed, and once you have that code, then you can search the card you needed, and then you can kind of build your deck really easily. And if you don't have any card shop near you and you live in the boonies, then it's really not that hard. You can just basically go on eBay, or you can go on some trading card game website, and you can order all these cards. They're all available. So I wanted to make this video. I hope you find it really helpful. I think that this game is a really fun game, and I think there's lots of chance to have a really good time with all your friends playing this game. So if you have any question about other things to do, or you have questions about game, please leave comment in comment section below. And remember, I'm still a beginner at this game too, so I still have lots of things to figure out. But I'm hoping that maybe we can make some video and help people learn about this game, because it's really fun and it's really exciting to have real physical card that you can play with for the rest of your life, that some company can take away from you on some digital server, and you get to hang out with your friends and talk with your friends and have a really good time. So I'm Lil Joe, that's my video. I hope you enjoy. If you did, don't forget to smash subscription button and smash some liking for me, and don't forget to comment and tell me what else you'd like to see from my videos. So thanks for having me. Have a nice nightmare! Dick dicks.